Hi, welcome to the market update. This is Jason Martin from Allgen Financial Advisors. Today is March 14th, 3/14. Happy Pi Day for all you nerds out there. So I wanted to go over just a quick update for the month of March 2019, what the market's been doing and what we've been doing about it. So let's hop right in. So what the chart here that we have in the background is the S&P 500. Quick review, fourth quarter last year, market took a huge drop, okay, and then it's actually had a really nice bounce to follow. So the month of January and February were very strong, and we're getting up to a very critical level here as the market's gone up. If you see here on this chart, again, this is the S&P 500, I've drawn what's called a resistance trend line. And so the way resistance works is resistance is prior highs of a stock or a stock index, and it acts like a ceiling. Okay, so every time if you go up to a prior high and you're unable to break it, okay, it acts like a ceiling. That's called resistance. So we're approaching resistance. In fact, we're touching resistance right now. So it's a very critical point. Is the S&P 500 going to break through that resistance? And if it does, it would probably go from where it's at right now, at least from a technical analysis standpoint. Your next test would be its prior high prior to all of these highs, which would be the all-time high of the S&P 500 from around September, October of last year. And that's all the way up around 2930, 2940 on the index. So it's a very critical piece right now, a very critical time period to watch. Now, what have we been doing about it, about the markets and about our investment accounts? So, I had mentioned last year in October we saw some red flags, and in prior videos I've also mentioned I think we're getting towards the end of this bull market, the end of this economic expansion, and so we've been going more defensive. All right, started going a little bit more defensive, and what I mean by that is selling stocks and increasing bonds or increasing cash and increasing more of our safe haven type of holdings, the holdings that typically do better when the markets are going down. So we did some of that in October and in November, and then pretty much rode this drop down and also rode this rally back up. As the market's been rallying, it's always better to sell stocks in strength, meaning sell them when the market goes up. And so we've been using this to sell a little bit more stocks and increase more bonds and in more safe haven areas. As I've been tracking our accounts versus the benchmarks, even though we've gone more defensive, they've actually done pretty good on the upside, which is encouraging. But that it causes not necessarily a problem, but something that we have to deal with in portfolio management, which is when stocks are really strong. And this year, bonds have been okay. They've been flat. They're up a little bit, but stocks have been really strong. And so what we need to do is we need to do what's called a rebalancing. So let me just kind of walk through that really quick. A rebalancing is, so let's say you have a moderate portfolio that's 60% stocks and 40% bonds. Well, so far this year, stocks have gone up about 13%. And so your stock portion of your portfolio has gone up. And your bond portion of your portfolio as a percentage, even though bonds haven't really gone down, but because stocks have gone up so much, stocks have become a bigger percentage than your bonds. Okay, so even though we've been going defensive, our stocks have been going up in percentage terms, and so we need to rebalance. And so we're doing that right now. We're rebalancing by selling some of the stocks that have gone up and moving that over to the bonds. So right now, we're watching these key levels, and we're doing some rebalancing and trying to get a little bit more defensive, and just staying true to our theme of trying to do pretty good on the way up when the market goes up, but also always being prepared and managing risk as best as possible for if the markets drop. So hope this helps. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon.